Yellowstone is a sanctuary for wildlife where nature's dramas unfold daily. Its borders are invisible to the animals who follow ancient instincts, not human laws. These creatures are wanderers, driven by survival, often venturing beyond the park's invisible walls. Join me as we follow their journeys and uncover why Yellowstone's wildlife must roam. Park boundaries, meticulously drawn on maps and physically marked, are clear to us. They represent a separation, a defined space. But these lines, these human constructs, are utterly meaningless to wildlife. They don't understand our rules or our borders. Animals follow instinct, not fences or signs. Their decisions are driven by ancient urges and needs. They are guided by the land's topography, the natural contours that dictate movement, and the ever-present promise of food or mates. The lay of the land is their map. A grizzly, with its powerful sense of smell, may follow a scent trail outside the park, lured by the promise of sustenance. A pronghorn, a creature of the open plains, may run ancient migration routes, paths etched into its very being, routes that predate Yellowstone itself. These routes have been used for millennia. These paths, vital to their survival, don't stop at the park's edge. They extend far beyond. They're corridors of survival, lifelines connecting fragmented habitats, ensuring the continuation of species. The park is a vital core, a protected haven, but it's never the whole world for these animals. Their world is larger, more complex, and interconnected. When an elk crosses the line, venturing beyond the park's boundaries, it's simply following instinct, driven by the same forces that have guided its ancestors for generations. Unaware of the new dangers ahead, the increased risks posed by human development and the presence of roads and vehicles. As autumn arrives, Yellowstone's herds begin their epic migrations. Deep snow buries summer meadows, forcing elk and bison to lower valleys outside the park. These wintering grounds are essential for survival, offering food and refuge. The journey is ancient and necessary, following routes used for thousands of years. Instinct and the need for life itself drive them beyond Yellowstone's borders. Yellowstone's apparent abundance, with its vast meadows and thriving wildlife, isn't something that can be taken for granted. It's a dynamic system, constantly in flux. It shifts dramatically with the changing seasons and the ever-present influence of climate. The transition from a frozen winter landscape to a vibrant summer ecosystem is a testament to this constant change. Prolonged drought can parch the park, turning lush areas into arid landscapes. This forces animals to seek greener pastures and reliable water sources, often leading them beyond the park's borders in search of sustenance. Even a single, localized rainstorm outside the park's boundaries can be a powerful draw, enticing herds to travel miles away. They are driven by the promise of fresh, revitalized grass. Deep snow blanketing the landscape and burying food sources, or a raging wildfire sweeping through the forest, can push animals out of their established territories. Yet the promise of renewal, the fresh growth that follows, inevitably draws them back. Ultimately, food and water are the most powerful drivers of animal movement and behavior. These fundamental needs are more powerful than any artificial boundary drawn on a map. For these animals, survival hinges on their ability to move freely, wherever the essential resources can be found. Yellowstone's predators, wolves, grizzlies, mountain lions, create a landscape of fear. Prey animals like elk constantly weigh risk, sometimes leaving the park to escape high predator densities. The edge of the park may offer fewer natural predators, but new dangers await. By leaving, they trade one threat for another, often humans. It's a risky gamble, but sometimes it's their only chance. Outside Yellowstone, a new set of challenges begin to emerge for wildlife. Wildlife faces a complex maze of human obstacles, a web of infrastructure and activity that can be difficult, even deadly, to navigate. Fences, often unseen barriers, crisscross the landscape. Highways and sprawling development further constrict their movement, carving up essential habitats. Migration routes, once open and free, are now fragmented, isolating populations and disrupting ancient patterns. Animals risk deadly encounters with vehicles as they attempt to cross busy roads in search of food and mates. These encounters also bring them into closer proximity with people, sometimes leading to conflict. A bison wandering onto a ranch may be seen as a threat to livestock and property. Similarly, an elk grazing in a hayfield may be viewed as a competitor for valuable resources. The rules change instantly at the park's edge. The blanket of protection vanishes, leaving animals vulnerable. The collision of wild and human worlds is stark, a constant reminder of the pressures facing wildlife. This intersection is often tragic, resulting in injury, death, and the loss of precious wildlife. True coexistence, finding ways for wildlife and humans to share the landscape, is the critical challenge beyond the park's edge. Climate change is reshaping Yellowstone's landscape and wildlife patterns. Earlier, snowmelt, longer droughts, and shifting plant ranges force animals to adapt and explore new territories. Traditional food sources disappear, migration routes change, and animals wander further afield. Adaptation is slow and uncertain, pushing wildlife beyond park boundaries more often. The search for survival now means venturing into unfamiliar human-dominated lands. The future demands resilience and new pathways. Yellowstone's wildlife shows us the park cannot exist as an island. Protecting these animals means protecting their journeys beyond park borders. Conservation must focus on connectivity, wildlife corridors, partnerships with landowners, and solutions like wildlife-friendly fencing. Collaboration is essential across states, agencies, and private lands. By working together, we can create a landscape where both people and wildlife thrive. The future of Yellowstone's wonders depends on this shared commitment. Yellowstone's wandering wildlife reminds us that nature ignores our borders. Their survival depends on the wild beyond the park. The challenges they face are ours to solve, through empathy, foresight, and cooperation. Protecting these journeys is the great conservation challenge of our time. To ensure their future, we must see the world as they do, vast, connected, and wild.